Welcome back, everybody. It's Priestess Melissa here on Truth Queen Be Told. So good to see you again here today. How are you? Let's get through some messages, shall we, to see what we have to look forward to from the realm of the Fae. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me once again. As always, if you do receive anything from the video, or if you just think it's a great message, go ahead and pass it along by liking the video, sharing, and commenting as you feel inclined to. All right, guys. Thank you so much once again. We're going to go ahead and get into our messages today. Thank you. Great Spirit, honoring you, calling you forth into this space today for the wisest and most informative, most needed piece of information to move forward today, to empower us in the most powerful ways possible for our highest good, now and always. So it is. So it is. So it is. Beautiful, guys. This is it. It's Friday. You made it to the end of the week. Are you ever so happy? I know I am, but I still have 12 hours to look forward to before I can be done with my day. So anyway, it is so good to see you. Here we are. We're going to get our message out today and see what the Fae have to say. Ooh, that magical aspect of things. I always love to tap into this energy. So Fridays, hey, just so happens that fairy, starts with an F, so it gets to go on Fridays. So Fae Friday fun it is. All right. Meditating with the cards for just a moment. Beautiful. All right, let's see what, ooh, that came out pretty quickly. So we got Green Man Store, Portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. Now that one was in reverse. Midnight Prince, Ask What You Want and Be Honest, Mother and Daughter, Mothering, Teaching, Sharing Knowledge, Nurturing Self-Worth. Wow, so this feels like almost like, okay, could go a couple of different ways. So walking through this Green Man's door, I really see that as tapping into that energy of, almost like that healing energy, if you will. And how do we do that? We tap into the energy of that mothering energy, of the earth energy, right? So we're allowing that energy to come forth and really teach us what we need to know during this time, during this Mercury retrograde and perhaps dark night of the soul time, right? Because this Midnight Prince talks a lot about that, about dealing with those energies that we have to deal with when we go through change. Because, yeah, we're sorting through what all of that means to us with this 47 card or 43 card, which comes to a 7. It's really about, weeding out what it is that truly brings us that growth in our lives, if you will. So Greenman's Door is a 4, and then Mother and Daughter is also a 5. It's a 41, which comes to a 5. So I'm very interested to see Greenman's Door. Now that came out in reverse. So what is it that we're afraid to move forward on into that green, it's almost like the greener pastures, if you will, into all that is really going to bring us happiness, right? It even looks like a pasture here when we look at this card with the mother-daughter, and it's got the flowers and things like that, right? They're in a field, and they're, it's a nurturing energy. She's holding that child, right? And mother is the energy that does hold us and helps us to feel calm and at peace, right? Where we can really just allow ourselves to shine and be who we truly are, to really go through that opening as we need to and love and nurture ourselves. You know what I mean? Because again, many of us may not have been taught that when we were growing up. Portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. We are coming up on Samhain, so that is something to be aware of with that energy. Greenman's Door, so 40. This is all about stability with that number breaking down to a 4. what is it that we're trying to get that balance on and feel that stability on in our life today, guys? Very curious energy. Now, this was in reverse, so we're going to see what that means, all right? It says, turning off from the natural doorway points and refusing to walk through, thinking you may be unworthy, and thus saying to yourselves, perhaps later, perhaps another time, perhaps when I am wiser, better, when I have studied more. And that mothering energy could be that encouragement that we give ourselves, right? You're doing great. You know, keep going. Don't give up. And sometimes we don't have our moms there to really give us that encouragement and that love any longer, or even friends and things of that nature. You know, everybody's busy and they've got their own things that they need to be concerned about. And I'm sure you don't want to always burden what's going on with you onto other people, right? So it's really about understanding how we can nurture ourselves and mother ourselves, if you will, and keep, you know, that compassionate type of energy around us at all times, encircling us, kind of like this energy here, right? We can imagine all of that energy surrounding us and filling us with all that we need, imbuing our chakras, if you will, with all of that beautiful energy of growth and propelling us forward to do so through those doorways. Fearing what may lie within the world beyond the portals and doorways, disconnected from the earth cycles and the galactic cycles, feeling a lack of meaning and magic about you, though allowing yourself to be disconnected. Too much civilization disconnects us. It is time to turn off the electric lights and wander into the twilight to find your magics again. With that midnight prince at the bottom, right? We're seeking out, once again, what is it that's truly going to bring us that happiness, move us towards where we can actually walk through that doorway, right? But it's building ourselves up first. And that's what this whole mothering energy, lots of chills, I feel is coming through with this. We need to be able to learn to nurture and mother ourselves, to love ourselves, to encourage ourselves, to be compassionate, so that we can move through these doorways, these dark nights of the soul, if you will, right? And allow us to move into even greater expansiveness, because darkness is shrinking, right? And light is all about that expansion energy. And that's what we really want to tap into today. Not to become smaller, but to become bigger in spirit. You know what I mean? All right, so choosing the wrong time to enter the realm of fairy, thus believing that the door is not open to you. Alternately, banging or pushing on a door and demanding to be let in cannot work with fairy. Only timing, coming from the wild heart and allowing, will open the door. So it's like getting back into that childlike energy, right? But also having to be that mothering and nurturing aspect to keep yourself moving and going through these tough times, just like a mother would help and encourage you to do so. But we need to do that for ourselves now, because these are some major doorways that we're being able to walk through now with that green energy, a lot of heart chakra healing, as well as being able to manifest and bring so much more down to this earthly plane, with that 40 coming to the fore and talking about our stability and abundance today, right? All right, so let's get some cards out to see what we got going on around this situation, so we can help brighten our energies up some more, right? So we can move on to those greener pastures from the dark nights and all of the, you know, storms and different things in our lives that have caused the sun to be obscured, for the light to be obscured within ourselves, and then thus all around us, right? Making it seem as though everything is perhaps a little bit duller. Interesting that I chose this little color scheme theme, because we've got this subdued energy, this black and white, you know, in the background, but the light is around us, and it is able to permeate us and to move out and to affect everything in more positive ways if we allow it to, right? Very interesting too that there's two rings here, because that reminds me of the cell and how important it is to energize the cell, right? There's two layers to the cell wall, and it is that defensive action, that energy that keeps you encouraged, motivated, empowered, and being able to move forward. What is that truth for you today of what will help you to really tap into all of that energy once again, right? That is truly yours. Love yourself. The Ace of Cups, wow. Spirit is pouring out its abundance upon you. There is that rainbow at the top, which you may not be able to see, but there is a rainbow at the top of this card that does indicate that everything is moving in the right direction, as long as you don't continue to stay in this fragmented way of thinking. You know what I mean? It can be easy to go back and forth, and we have to always, with that 7 energy, be with the 16 coming to the 7, we always need to be balancing out what is true for us and be resolute about moving on past those things that don't serve us any longer. This is your headspace. You have to be resolute about what you want to give your energy towards, because in the back here is darkness. As he's moving forward is the light. And that's where we want to be moving towards. Anything that helps to encourage this beautiful energy here. Now, we are looking at that there are potentially people that we could collaborate with, partner with, and things of that nature. And we need to consider who those people are that really are worthy of our time and encourage victory and success, which we may not be seeing at the current moment, which is why this reading is coming into play. The bugle call is being sounded that things are out of balance and it can no longer be this way, right? We have to bring that order out of the chaos, if you will. I see that clearly with these 2 cards together. The order out of the chaos. You are the only one who can bring the order out of the chaos in your own life. Each one of us are responsible for that. No more of this suffering in silence and not dealing with things, yet knowing that everything is off kilter, right? Being determined that your prosperity and everything that you want is in that seed, right? What are you putting into that seed? What kind of energy are you imbuing within it? Is it the faithfulness that everything is going to move towards all of that abundance? Because if you put your faith in that seed and have the faith of a mustard seed even, you will begin to see everything change in your life and become more abundant. Now for the outside energy, please be sure that you're being aware of who is around you and what kind of energies that you're allowing yourself to entertain, because we want that circle to stay complete and whole. We don't want to be turned on our head and not feel as though we really have all that we need. And we don't want to lose hope for sure either. That could be part of the concern here today with these situations and moving forward into the unknown, right? Because we don't know what to expect out there. What is going to be, this is the outside energy. What are we going to meet up against? Is it going to be things that are truly going to support us, right? And this hope, the hopes, wishes, and fears in the reverse. Lots of concern that, maybe things haven't worked out the way that you had hoped in the past. And you're afraid that, standing your ground once again, taking a chance is just going to once again leave you in this state where, you're left empty-handed, if you will. But the truth is, if you hold true and keep moving forward, guys, you are going to reach that pinnacle. You're going to have the balance of the masculine and feminine. The 2 from the 20 in this card means that you're making a decision, that you're choosing truth and what is right and what is best for you over any other things that may be presented for you. And that is so important today, because how you feel, how you're navigating this experience is so important. And it all starts with how you think and feel. The attention that you give to any situation changes that situation, believe it or not. I know it seems very magical because it's not the way we were raised or taught, but try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Things could go your way. It's not a bad thing, is it? All right, what is an affirmation moving forward for this message today? Moving out of this deceptive energy, moving out of any kind of feelings and thoughts that would be in discord with all that we truly are. So love came out today, and I've actually never seen this card. This is pretty cool. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors. Now these are affirmation cards, so you can say these and you can certainly, put them into action. So today you can notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, meaning the many splendored things are the things that you find awesome, right? That you just happen to see and you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. Or that was really nice that that person held that door open for somebody. Look for things. This is about putting your attention and your focus on those things that are good. And as you start to do that, it may seem little at first, but before you know it, you're starting to think that way more and more. And this is what really changes that energy around, right? It says, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent. Wow, we were just talking about that, right? With that whole parenting energy. So being your own best friend, guys, and really being there for yourself and showing up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't abandon yourself, right? Because you can't get away from you. So you might as well try to make the best of your life, of the situation, right? On the surge of self-congratulation, I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try. I'm going to try to do that today at work, but I'll tell you, many times I do miss the trash can. And many thanks and much love to all of my circulators out there who deal with me trying to hit the basket from the operating room field. So that part is kind of funny sometimes. Hey, I make no qualms about it. I'm not cut out for the WNBA, but that's okay. I have other talents. All right, so, or how about the chills I get when singing along to, and you can put your favorite song in there. So maybe you could play your favorite song today, something uplifting like Baby You're a Firework, right? And just start to explode with all of that beautiful energy. Be your own best friend. Be your own parent that encourages you and loves you, guys, because that is what we are meant to do. We were supposed to take that example of love that was shown to us by our parents and enact that on ourselves when we don't have anybody else, so we can self-soothe and move through these experiences very positively. Congratulations is what patience says. You have been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You are still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office, right? Start to once again imagine those positive possibilities and start to see those more and the loving and good things as opposed to the negative things. This is a very, very small step, but it is what will help to move you through that door, guys, to those greener pastures, right? Again, don't abandon yourself. Be that person, that friend to get yourself through these situations. Don't abandon yourself. Don't take the easy way out. Do the healing. Go through the door. You've got this, guys. Love you so much. Have a wonderful Friday, and I will see you again soon. Mwah. Tomorrow for Soul Sister Saturday. Bye-bye.